Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I'd like to continue with part 2 of my French R.C.I.R menu 3 and take a look at the lunch and dinner components. So let's get these on a tray and see what they look and taste like. And welcome back to part 2 of this French RCIR menu number 3, lunch and dinner components. So to save a little bit of time, I've actually got out the components for lunch already out on a tray, and for lunch I thought we'll be having the poultry tabule or tablouche. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it's a poultry dish, a chicken dish. We have some of the cereal biscuits. There is some of the sardines in olive oil. We have a Ceylon tea and sugar, and take a look at the nugget bar or nougat bar, and an apricot energy bar. So this is what I've chose out of the 24-hour ration for lunch. So I think we'll start off where I always like to start, that is with the beverages. One thing I do notice about the French, the cold beverages are very short supply. They're nearly all hot beverages. There is only one for breakfast. So this is the Royal Ceylon tea. Yes, they do seem, I've noticed there is a very short supply of cold drinks. So it's just a standard looking tea bag there. And no whitener, but I'll just put some of the sugar straight in, just how I like it, and I think I'll use the whole pack to make up for the lack of whitener. I'll also bring in the trusty US MRE spoon once again. It's the old workhorse of the ration review community, and we'll just give that a little over half a cup of water there, and we'll just give it a little bit of an agitation. Set it on its way. Let's get that a little bit agitated round and round, and we'll just give that a few minutes now to soak and do its thing. So while it's doing its thing, there is no cold drink, so I'm just going to have water this time, just in case I need to refresh my palate at all. So a little drop of water. Soldiers always have a canteen, or troops always have a canteen. I think we'll start having a look at some of the sweet items. This is a apricot cereal bar. First time I've seen one of these particular ones personally. So it's just a little compressed bar of oats, nice small bar there. We'll have a look at the fruit nugget or nougat. Again, these I've seen many times before, in most French rations. That's just a little sticky bar of nugget or nougat, depending where in the world you come from. We have, or I've chose a packet of the cereal biscuits. Again, there was 3 packs of these, 3 packs of 2, making 6 biscuits in all, but I've just got 1 pack here for demonstration. Oops, again slightly broken, just like the sweet ones with breakfast. We'll also have a look at the sardines fillets in olive oil. So I do like sardines. I tend to prefer them in the tomato sauce. I'm not a great fan of the ones based in oil, but we'll see how we go with these. Let's try not to get that olive oil all over me. So there is just a little tin of sardines there. And last but not least, we'll open the tabule. No idea if I'm saying that right. I think it's chicken table. I think it translates that on the translator, or poultry table. It's a nice big thick, hot. I've boiled this for 10 minutes previously. I don't know what it is about these peel lids, they always give me trouble. Let's come off there now. So very hot. I can taste mint or smell mint already. There is chicken there. I'm just going to put that into a bowl just to make it easier to see. And I believe this is chicken chunks with, I think it is durum wheat. Very hot. I can smell mint. There is certainly mint in there. Oh, very hot. It's warmed up very efficiently in boiling water. Just give that a bit of a good old mix around. Big chunks of chicken sitting there. Strong smell of mint. Mint is definitely a major component in that dish. I can smell it already. So I think I'm going to need to bring in another spoon, bring in another USMRE spoon just to drain my tea. I don't want to get the chicken dish in my tea using that spoon there, so we'll just remove the tea bag. Right, let's get that bit of a mix around. It's all sticky. So we'll start off with the tea. So this is a Royal Ceylon tea. It's a nice dark looking colour. Just a typical tea that most people are familiar with. It does taste decent quality. Again, I'm going to say this, and I say it in every video personally, I do like white nut or milk in my tea. A little bit of white nut or milk would just make this that little bit better, but even without the milk it is still a good quality, very drinkable, enjoyable tea. Obviously no cold drink, we all know what water's like, so I'm going to go straight on to the, where shall we start? I think I'm going to start with the fillets actually. So these are in olive oil, they are sardines in olive oil. We'll just use a little bit of a, as you can see, little fillets there, or fillets, depending again what part of the world you come from. Very difficult. I want to drop this all over my table. Little fillets of sardine, typical fishy flavour, that oily fish flavour, like in a mackerel, sardine, herring, that type of flavour. Cooked well, typical tinned sardines. I think everybody around the world has had tinned sardines before in their life. They know what they're like. This is just a standard tinned sardine. Very good, very enjoyable. Try a little bit on a cracker. Goes one on the cracker. Basic wheat flour cracker. This is the cereal. It's crunchy, crisp, slight little bit of sweetness there in the background. Does actually go exceedingly well with the sardines. Got no problem having the two together. Just helps a little bit with the oil. Helps soak the oil a little bit. A good combination. Getting very messy. I think we'll have a look at the chicken tabule, or table of chicken. There is what I believe is durum wheat. I can smell mint before I even taste it. Soft, sticky, a mint flavour. There is also, I believe, a lemon flavour. There is either a lemon or a lime. There was a little citrus hint there as well. So there's a mint hint, a citrus hint. Nicely salted, nicely peppered, lemon flavouring in the background. The chicken, there's large chunks of chicken, lots of them. You can see large chunks of chicken. It is soft. It's easy to chew. You don't necessarily need a good set of teeth to chew these, but there is still texture. It's not processed chicken. You don't get the impression it's processed. It's the actual chicken chunk as it comes straight off the chicken. A little bit more of the durum wheat. Plenty of salt, plenty of pepper, lemon flavour, lemon or lime, and mint. That's the basic flavours. A good all-round, easygoing, enjoyable, filling meal. Let's have a look at this little apricot bar. It looks like compressed oats. in there. Let's have a bite. Quite firm, very delicate, very light flavour of apricot in the background. A little bit chewy. It is as it looks. Basically just a compressed bar. I think they might be oats with a little bit of apricot flavouring added to it. Not particularly sweet. Doesn't give the impression it's much of an energy bar, but it has got oats, it has got sugar. Both of those are slow release. Well, the sugar's quick release, so is the combination. Nice, tasty, little bit of sweetness. Move along to the nugget, fruit nugget or nougat. I'm just seen these a few times before. It's quite soft and stretchy, stringy. Very soft. Nugget or nougat in the UK tends to be a little bit firmer than this. This is a very soft one. Has a strange smell. Heard many times before people say it smells like paint. I don't think it smells like paint, but it has got a strange chemical smell to it. But the taste, it's sugar, it's nugget, it's a few jelly fruits, gel fruits in there. Not fresh fruit. But again, just another nice bit of sweetness to go after your meal. I do apologise. Again, I do tuck into the sweets. I enjoy sweets. I tend to take too big a bite. Another taste of the tea, just into my palate. Good tea, good quality tea. A little bit of milk, mate, perfect. So, overall, nice lunch components. Nothing there I totally disliked. The lemon flavour for me is not my favourite flavour to go onto the chicken, but I know a lot of people love lemon on fish and on chicken. But it is still pleasant. It is a filling, hearty meal. So I'm going to leave this one here. Join me in a moment where I come back and take a look at their dinner components. So just bye for now. And welcome back to this third and final meal of this French RCIR menu number 3. This is the evening meal or dinner components, or what I've chose to have the evening meal. There is some soup, and I believe it's chicken and carrot. A drink, we have a hot chocolate. There is a bar of chocolate. We have a coffee energy bar. The mains is the lamb stew. With that, I've also going to try the salt biscuits, and also we have some blue cheese, or blue cheese, salt and pepper on standby, and again, no more cold drinks, so I have a glass of water just to refresh my palate. Now I'm going to start, as always, with the things that need a little bit of preparation, which is the chocolate and the soup. I think I will go with the soup first, because that just might need a little time to thicken. It says pour 250 millilitres of water into the cup and add, well, into a bowl, and add the soup. So I'll do it that way. I normally put the powder in first, but I'll follow the instructions. This is about half of mug is roughly 250 mils, and it does say it's chicken and carrot, so it's just a typical sort of instant soup mix, I think. Looks just like it is there, and of course using the good old MRE spoon, the US, I'll just give that a mix. It does tell you to add the soup to the water, not the other way around for some reason. Perhaps it just helps with the mixing. That's all of it in there. And it does look like there is some little pieces of pasta in there, some carrots in there, so we'll just give that a few minutes to thicken, sit and do its thing. While it does that, I'll just rinse out the spoon just to stop me getting soup flavoured drinking chocolate, because that's the next one. So we have an SRD brand, same as the coffee. Chocolate. Again, this one I will put the chocolate in first. We do have one more of the coffee left, so I could turn this into a mocha, but I'd like just to have the chocolate. A very simple chocolate mix there. And I think from previous experience, these ain't the strongest chocolate, so I'll give it approximately half a mug. As I say in all my reviews now, I do like to give the flavours the best chance that I can, and if that means making it a little bit thicker, often that's the way forward. I'd rather do that so I can get a fair reflection of the flavour. So about half a mug of the chocolate. Once again, I'll just rinse that spoon off. Now, I think there is a chocolate bar. I think it's noir. Is that black chocolate? Dark chocolate. So if it's a higher cocoa content, let's see if I can see. Does it say the actual cocoa content in there? 60%. 60% cocoa. Nice little 4 brick chocolate bar. We also have an intense energy bar, coffee flavour. Could this be the new labelling for the commando bars, which we used to see regularly? No, they do look actually different. It's darker. It does look different to the old commando bar. So, strong smell of coffee coming from there. Now, a little bit of the strong blue cheese. Now, I do like blue cheese. That's the cheese that has the mould in it, usually. Be interesting to see how this one is. Well, I can't see any of the blue mould bits, but certainly has the smell of old stale socks, which is a typical blue cheese sort of fragrance, not the nicest of fragrances. And we'll have a look at some of the salt crackers or salt biscuits with this. I just thought they'd go nice with the cheese. I've heard say that you have cheese and chocolate, but I wouldn't like to try the chocolate biscuits with the smelly. So there's 2 nice little biscuits there again. Now, last but not least, we have the lamb stew, which again is very hot. Been boiling for 10 minutes. Oh, these lids, do not like them. I do not like them. That's gone again. Here we go. So a nice, impressive stew there. Large carrots, potato chunks, and I'm just going to get them into the bowl. I see peas, large pieces of lamb. And that does look an impressive stew. Large pieces of lamb in there, a little bit fatty, but I think out of all the meat fats, beef and lamb fat seems to be the most flavoursome. My personal opinion. Okay, so very hearty, healthy looking stew, very nice, almost looks like it's homemade from a crock pot type stew. So where do I start? I think I will start with the soup. So, soup is nicely started to thicken a little bit. There is some little croutons, there's some little pasta shaped on the top. Very lightly seasoned of chicken. Those pasta shapes certainly have some bulk. Not overly salty. A lot of these instant soups have a lot of salt. This is delicately salted, delicately peppered. Slight chicken bouillon or bouillon gravy. Typical cup of soup, cup style instant soup that you get around the world, I think. The little croutons or the little pastas are rehydrated nicely. They're soft, they're chewy, very enjoyable. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh dear. Little glass of water just to Take away my little cough there. Very nice, very tasty, slightly thickened soup. So I think it's probably best that we move on to the cheese first. Let's give that spoon another rinse. So cheese and biscuits, usually they follow the mains, but if it's the strong cheese I'd rather have it first. So it's a nice soft consistency, a nice cheese spread. A slight blue flavouring, but it's a strange, I think this is chemically added. It doesn't taste natural. I do like blue cheese. The type of white cheese is where you actually get the mould growing inside, the green mould. This has a slight flavour of that green mould, but it doesn't compare. It's not the best cheese. Feels quite artificial, rubber in texture, quite rubbery, and that the blue taste just tastes artificially added. Doesn't taste like it's a natural blue. Quite off-putting. It's not my favourite, but I do like blue cheese, so it's definitely not a good quality one. Try a little bit on the salt cracker. The crackers themselves, very bland, very simplistic, not a lot of flavour. They say salt, but I can't really taste the salt. It does help with the cheese. Cheese and crackers are better than the cheese on its own. Definitely, that is the way to eat the cheese on a cracker. The salt crackers are good for that. Much better than just eating straight on its own. So, soft cheese, rubbery, tastes artificial. Even the strong blue flavouring tastes artificial. Personally, not a good cheese, not one that I enjoy, even though I do like blue cheese. So let's just give the stew a little mix around. Before I try that, I think I've not tried the chocolate yet. Let's try the last of the drinks. This is the drinking chocolate. I think I was right, only adding half a mug. It is dark chocolate, slightly sweet. There's not a great deal of chocolate flavour in there. Certainly did the right thing by only using the minimum amount of water. With the minimum amount of water, it's a decent, warm, chocolatey drink. Not the best out there, but certainly not the worst either. If I'd have filled this cup to the top, it would have been very, very watery, very poor. But only having half the water has made it into a decent, acceptable chocolatey drink. So now we'll try the stew. Nice pieces of potato, carrots, peas, lamb. I'm going straight for the lamb. Straight for the lamb. Certainly lamb has that distinctive lamb flavouring. Still chewy, do need teeth. Teeth are a requirement for this. It's not as soft as the chicken in the previous dish. The potato, nicely cooked, soft potato. Still has a little bit of texture. It's not gone mushy. Nice chunk of potato. Does feel like you're eating potato. And carrots. And carrots are extremely soft. A little bit overcooked, but you still know you're eating carrots. You do know you're eating carrots. It feels like them. A couple of peas on the side there. Peas are the same. Slightly soft, slightly overcooked, but you certainly know you're eating a stew. Feels like a stew. Not overly salted, not overly peppered. It is just literally salt, pepper, and the juices from the lamb in the stew pot. Very nice, very enjoyable, very tasty. One of the more enjoyable ration stews I've had. I've had quite a few now. This ranks up there among some of the best. Just finish me into my mouth with a little water. Oh, we'll take a look at the chocolate bar, I think, next. 60% cocoa, 4 little pieces, just slightly starting to bloom but not too bad. Nice crisp snap. Firm chocolate, brittle chocolate. Just slightly starting to have a bit of bitterness, but not too much. Any more cocoa content and the bitterness would start to get apparent. This is just on the edge of sweet and bitter. Nice contrast. Quite firm. You have to chew it quite finely till it starts to melt, coat your tongue, but then when it does, you get a nice comforting cocoa rich, slightly bitter chocolate. Nice enjoyable chocolate. And the coffee energy bar. Looks a little bit like the old Commando bars, but slightly different in colour and texture. Coffee flavour, soft. The Commando bars used to have a granular sugar. You could taste the, you could feel the granules. This you can't, the sugar is finer, but it is very much similar to the old Commando bar. Just a slightly different take, slightly different manufacturer, but still enjoyable coffee tasting sweet. Didn't need the salt and pepper, everything just salt and peppered enough. Once again, very enjoyable components. One of the nicest vegetable stew, lamb and vegetable stews I've had out of any ration. Cheese, a little bit disappointing, very artificial all round. But again, nothing there which is totally unpleasant you wouldn't enjoy out in the field. So that is nearly the entire contents of this RCIR, or the Ration Individual Reheatable Combat Ration. Menu number 3, there is a selection of the biscuits left. As you can see, you've got plenty of biscuits. There is a coffee, a mint tea and some tissues, but apart from that, that was the entire contents. Overall, very tasty, very enjoyable, and certainly would have again with no hesitation. So I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye.